to remove anything further, there are not, but you are correct that when we took over that, we did grind out and reestablish loose aggregate gravel paths where the car paths were.
And okay.
Yeah.
So you got, and you know, you should have a few parks that you can advertise or promote as, you know,
Yeah, I mean,
anybody and everybody can access.
if we want to do asphalt, we can look at that. I think some of the preliminary budgetary projections were based on, you know.
Or just leave them in the way they are, and just, you know, I want us to make sure that we're walking down the path.
Yeah.
As we're walking down the path, we're thinking about everyone in the community, and especially if someone's pushing a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just from hiking there a good bit and with public groups, it's a very, I mean, as you've probably been there, it's very hilly, even more so than Orchard Hills. So having just the, you know, from the lots down to the base to where the Cuyahoga River is there, that's going to be a track for anybody. I mean, I think you need to be, you know, keep that in mind as well too, that somebody who maybe might have a difficult time walking or might be in a wheelchair, it's very, very hilly, so that might limit the need for asphalt.
A lot of
And
our
that's a
parks
good
are not
point.
can't be accessed. Sorry, a lot of our parks cannot be accessed by everyone. This is one that can be.
For a wheelchair, for an accessible trail, we'd have to maintain between no higher than a 5% slope, and then I think there's a certain distance where we could go 8.33%. So when you get into some of those slopes, like the steepest trail, I think at Orchard Hills is maybe around 12%, that one aggregate one. So at Wicked Woods, you do get into some steep slopes.
I understand that.
Not saying it can't be done, it would just be a fair amount of earthwork to create more of a switchback, and, you know, obviously with earthwork, there's costs in that, so. But yeah, we can, definitely we're at the stage now, master plan, where we can look at that if we want to make it fully accessible for wheelchairs, the entire park. I mean, that's the goal. If we say we want to have 100% accessible park, then, you know, we can look at what that means from a trail system.
You thinking along those lines for Veterans Legacy Village?
Well, you know what, I mean,
when you start to look at veterans, I mean, it is something to think about, that if you want to have 100% accessible park.
I've always wondered why St. Mary's in Collinwood has a wheelchair ramp that was built in the 50s. So it's handicap accessible with the bathrooms built in the 50s that are handicap accessible. And the reason is because a lot of the vets coming home, or a lot of people that were the refugees coming over, they were in wheelchairs. And so, you know, when they built that church, they built it with that in mind, in the 50s. I mean, how many things do you have to convert today to meet ADA requirements? Or how many things do we fight ADA requirements now because, well, we're not doing anything that was built in the 50s or the 60s. And so, yeah, considering the name, I didn't make that connection, but since you mentioned it, you're right. You know, if it's going to be for the vets, there's a lot of vets that yeah, they're in wheelchairs, so it should be 100% accessible park.
But back to Orchard Hills, it was designed the way it was designed at that time with that particular.
It's okay.
But
Orchard Hills,
yeah,
what's done is done.
Right.
It was part of the grant. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The reality is that you can't. It's not 100% accessible park. The grant funding required it. Okay, so be it. But we have an opportunity now to have a park that can be accessed by everyone, including someone who cannot walk and has to use a chair wheel.
What's the maximum grade you're allowed to have there?
For ADA accessible for wheelchairs and that, we're gonna have to be around 5%.
There's a good share of that Veterans Park that way more than that.
Well, it is, and that's something you have to
We'll
look
have
at.
to look at.
I mean, you're gonna have to limit the, I mean, I understand what you want to have available, but there's a vast majority of that golf course or the park now that is not accessible.
But I don't know that ADA has anything. Is that part of pathways in a park?
Yes, I mean, if we want it to be accessible for wheelchairs, we'll have to meet the standards for wheelchair accessibility. So, and I mean, that's where we can look at, you know, with those slopes on an asphalt, you know, trail system.
I'd be curious if that applies to park access, or are we just talking about, it does
I'm pretty sure.
the whole trail system?
Yeah, asphalt trails, yeah. Now, when you get into aggregate trails, they do allow some flexibility because it's more accessible for like strollers, and that's not necessarily gonna be the same.
Well, let's take a, you know, as we're moving forward in the planning process, let's take a look at what those grades are and what they will allow and won't allow. And maybe we can, you know, maybe you can get some variances from that in certain areas if you provide some type of buffer or whatever. Anyway, it's good, now's the time to have the conversation, not after the trails have been pulled.
Yeah, no, definitely, we'll put that in the mix now.
All right, back to,
The reforestation.
yes.
What was planned?
Excuse me.
Go ahead.
On June 21st, 2019, 2 bids were received and evaluated for the Orchard Hills Park repairing reforestation project design build. The bids have been reviewed and are complete. The apparent lowest and best bid with a bid of $72,000 was from Davy Resource Group based on attached recommendations from Park Biologist Paul Pira. So entertain a motion that the Board of Park Commissioners accept the bid from Davy Resource Group for $72,000 for the Orchard Hills Park repairing reforestation project. This bid is within the $73,500 budget for this project.
What do you plan?
What kind of trees are we planning on? Probably a lot of oaks, red oaks, some hickories potentially. Probably some understory shrubs as well, maybe around the riparian zones, around the stream itself. But I would say mostly oaks, maybe some sugar maples as well. But, yeah, heavily on the oaks and hickory.
So 1 to 3 gallons, so what would be,
Small caliber size, they're for reforestation.
Yeah, reforestation, we typically will do smaller trees, 5 to 6 foot trees, and even a lot of them are some bare-root trees as well. Which, we can talk with, I'd like to talk a little bit more with Davey about that.
This is a design build award, so we still have to work through some. We had some initial thoughts that we had in the grant application as far as species and that, but as we work through the design phase with Davey, we'll kind of finalize exactly what the right trees.
how much impact do the deer have on the planet?
They do. We have a deer exclosure out at Orchard Hills. You mentioned Orchard Hills. So the very first fairway we ever did in 2009, you can definitely see a browse line on the oaks outside of the deer exclosure versus inside. And so we did take that into account, and we are going to have about an acre of deer exclosure at this site as well. That, Davey's going to install that, and then, so we'll have a little bit better understanding, I think. We also put out scent and stuff like that. We've tried that over the years to discourage browse. And it just depends. Certain years I've noticed in certain sections of the park have been more intense browse from the deer. And then other years it's been okay, but it's always a consideration. It's been at times, they're very curious, and as soon as you put something new out to the environment, they go over there and they taste test it. So it's been an issue over the years, and it's not just us, it's everywhere.
Sure.
Any reforestation project.
And Davey's proposal included the things outside the exclosure also have deer protection.
We also have deer protection.
So pretty much everything they're planting is gonna have some form of.
Some form of deer protection.
Either a little fencing around the immediate tree itself or the larger exclosure.
Paul, can you speak briefly to some of the funding sources that we've taken advantage of at Orchard Hills, whether it's this project or others?
Yeah, I mean, this one in particular is a Great Lakes Restoration Initiative grant that's facilitated through the U.S. Forest Service. And they're obviously big into reforestation, and this particular one was protecting the streams of Caves Creek and the Chagrin River. And that's how we came up with this particular funding source.
I think we've also had 319 funding out there.
319
for
funding,
infrastructure,
yep.
WRSP funding for initial acquisition, Ian Street restoration. Cargill has done plantings for I think about 10 years straight, volunteer. labor, probably 15 to 20 guys.
Oh, yeah, I mean, we've had a lot of wonderful volunteer help from various organizations and companies.
It's a beautiful property, and we can, clearly we can take, the herbicides, the pesticides, the fungicides, and everything else out of the watershed. That's not a bad thing, so.